In this video, I'm going to show you how to record and manage CIS. Firstly, on the left-hand side of the screen, go to the Settings menu. Once you're in the Settings menu, scroll down to Configuration Settings and you'll see in the middle of the page you've got an option here for CIS options. Once you click into here, all we need to do is at the top enable it for sales, so you'll be then able to apply the CIS deduction against sales invoices and also enable CIS on purchases also. You can then choose whether the rate is dependent on the customer or supplier or if it's dependent on a nominal code. We can put in our default rate, so our default rate is 20%, and also whether the deduction needs to be made from the net value or from the gross value. So just make sure you tick the relevant box in here, and also would you like to show the amount of the deduction on the printed invoice itself. On the right hand side we can see a little tick box in here whether or not you want to add in reference fields on customer supplier records. So we can see by default we've got our UTR, company reg number, NI number and our verification, but you can customize these labels depending on what you require. You can also choose how you want the reporting to be shown. So do you want the net amounts on the report instead of the gross? Do you want to group the items on the report by customer or supplier, or do you want them in date order? And also, do you want to include a column to show the value of materials on all of the transactions? The software will automatically create a code for you, which is 2212, which is a code that's used to track CIS deductions. We can also choose any exclusions. So if I just click on this box, it's going to bring through our excluded codes. So we can add any code we want into here. So as an example, I might want to exclude my materials. So my materials are 5,000. So every time I generate a CIS transaction, the software will know not to apply the deduction against materials. I can also go and add in things like my stock. So when I'm generating stock on an invoice with labour, it's only going to know to apply it against my labour, and then I can just hit the plus sign there, and you can just continue that process and add in as many excluded codes as you want to. Once you're happy with the settings, just click Save Settings at the bottom of the screen and the CIS functionality has now been enabled. What you'll see now, if you go into your customer module on the left hand side and also your supplier module, if you click into a customer or supplier record, you will now see the option at the top of the page, and it will, instead of other information, it now says CIS and other info. If you click into here, you'll then have the option to tick the box. So we now want to apply CIS to their invoices. We can then put again our reference numbers in here for the customer or supplier, and then click Update. Once that's been updated, if we go and create a new invoice, so if we just go to create at the top of the screen, and once we're in the invoice screen, we just add some line items to this. So I've got my general work in there, which will keep us fine, so we'll just do £1,000 in there. And then from the code below, I'm just going to choose a stock item. So we're just going to sell a bath in here. I'm going to do that for £150. And then when you hit save on the invoice on the top right hand side, you will now see that you'll have an apply 20% CIS deduction button on all of the invoices for this customer. And it will show exactly the same when you're generating purchase invoices for your suppliers as well. All you need to do is click on that button and it will apply the 20% CIS deduction, but as you can see, it's only applied that against my labour and it's ignored my bath in here because we set up stock as an excluded code. And that's how easy it is just to enable CIS and track the deductions against your sales and purchases. And to report on that, all you do is go to the reporting module on the left hand side of the screen. Once you're in reports, just go to general reports, and if you scroll down you will see you'll have a CIS summary. Once you click into your CIS summary, all you need to do is choose the start date and end date for the report that you want to run, whether it's on sales or on purchases, and also if it's on payments that have been received or items that have actually been issued, the invoice we just created wasn't paid, so I need to click on Issued and then run the report. As you can see, it's now listed the transaction. I've got the customer details, the date of the transaction, the invoice number and what was recorded on it. If I would have put in the UTR, company reg, etc., their information would have shown on here. I've got my invoice value, less your materials, and we've got your CIS deduction value in here. So that will give you that report for any given period, and then you can just print that off as a PDF and it will give you your final deduction value, or you can just download that into CSV and it will give you all the information in Excel. And that's how easy it is to enable, report and track your CIS deductions using the software.